this video, I'm going to show you examples of some bug reports. And the thing with these bugs is that they only work when both the attacker and the victim are using the same device and even using the same operating system account. Now there's already a question of why the attacker even has access to your operating system account, because there's not much you can do once the attacker has that. But it still might be a little bit confusing. So we're going to dive in a little bit deeper and I'll explain to you why Google doesn't consider these bugs as valid security issues. I'm Farah. I run a YouTube channel where I cover various topics about web security, and Google has asked me to make this video to explain to you why bugs that require an attacker and a victim to share a device or a browser generally do not qualify as security vulnerabilities for their bug bounty program. So let's get started. So let's take a look at this example report. You first have to log into your account on google.com and then look at the local storage in the browser, which contains some sensitive session information. Here the researcher is pointing out that sensitive tokens like the CSRF token are being stored in the local storage of the browser. And if we take a look at the impact section, we'll realize that the possibility of these tokens being exploited by a malicious attacker is extremely low. And the main reason why they're hard to exploit is because the token can only be retrieved by an attacker if the victim is logged into a shared computer, like an internet cafe or a public library. And this sounds really scary, but is it a vulnerability? We'll answer that question in a moment, but right now let's look at another example report. Let's look at this report. Here the researcher points out that the password autocomplete is enabled, and if the victim uses this feature, then it could allow an attacker to retrieve the victim's password in clear text. Once again, if we analyze the impact of this bug, it seems that exploiting it will only be possible if the attacker has local access to the browser where the victim had logged in. So what both the first and the second reports have in common is that they require the attacker to use the same machine as the victim. In theory, all of these can be seen as security risks. But when you think about their real-world exploitability, using the same device as a malicious and skilled attacker is bad in general. And that's why it's always advisable to share your phone or computer only with the people that you trust. Now you could argue that some fixes can be made to prevent this, like always making sure that the user is logged out or the cache is cleared and disabling the autocomplete feature from all your apps. But let's be honest, if you're sharing your device with a malicious person, then it's almost impossible to prevent them from doing some kind of damage. Okay, so let's do a thought experiment and imagine that we could fix all of these issues somehow in the web application. Now, even if these fixes were made from Google's end, an attacker could still install keyloggers, install malware, scan the memory to view the browsing history, or simply set up an HTTP proxy and steal the cookies. And so, Google believes that since the operating system and the browser itself cannot prevent attackers from having this level of access, then any fixes they make on the web application level will easily be bypassed by an attacker. And at this point, it's impossible to catch up to these bypasses, given how fast technologies related to the web, browser, and operating system are changing. So let's summarize. If your attack requires local access to a computer, then it will most likely not qualify for a reward. And examples of such reports could be recovering a password entered into a website from browser's autocomplete or the browser's memory, kind of like the first example report. Revealing passwords from the browser's password manager. That's basically the same as before. Extracting sensitive information from local files created by the browser. This is like the second report example. Or capturing cookies or CSRF tokens transmitted in the encrypted HTTPS stream by using a trusted proxy. And if you believe that you found something else, then try to think about the fix that you would recommend the website to implement. And then think about what a local attacker could do. Would your fix really prevent any of these? An attacker could scan the memory of the browser right after the victim used it to extract any data left over. An attacker could have installed any kind of malware or keylogger that just stole the data. Or the attacker could simply replace the browser with a malicious lookalike and ignore any security fixes you tried to implement. Or they could install a CA certificate and set up an HTTP proxy to be able to man in the middle and decrypt your network traffic and simply steal your session tokens. So in conclusion, if your finding has the requirement that an attacker needs to have access to the same device that a victim is logged into, then unfortunately, your finding will not qualify as a valid security bug and therefore will not qualify for a reward. I hope you took something from this video. I'm Farah and I wish you the best of luck in finding good bugs. Bye!